Okay, John, let's move to this attempted coup again against the US Embassy in Togo on 23rd of July 86. We don't know much about that, just one article in the New York Times, maybe one in Le Monde. What do you think of it?
Well, one wonders if it actually happened. There is so little known. You have to question whether the official account or the semi-official account is accurate. Did this happen, or was it a confection?
Just to let you know, one reader of my blog just told me something interesting. All this happened when there was no US ambassador in Togo.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it was in between two ambassadors. Yeah.
I guess that can be verified through other sources.
So now let's move on to one event that at least did happen, and that's of course this attempted coup in late September of '86.
Mm.
So here we have, of course, videos and pictures, and we have those MST13 timers that appear. Any opinion, any views on that event?
Well, when one pieces together events as you have, and as I attempted to do, albeit in less detail, for the book, it did strike me that this might have been, I stress might, been an example of the US authorities planting evidence that would lead to Libya. In the knowledge, even back then, that MST13 timers were made by Mebo and supplied to Libya. So maybe at that stage they wanted to leave a Libyan fingerprint on an event that maybe did not have Libyan involvement, or if it did have Libyan involvement, required a more substantial fingerprint.
Good. No, as you know, right after this event, the US sent a few people to investigate the coup. There were two people from BATF and one people, James Casey, from the State Department. They took pictures, of course. Any opinion of those pictures? I mean, for instance, we know that Chereau first testified that he took the picture of the timer in Togo and then said that he was wrong and took the picture in Washington.
Mm. I mean, I get the sense, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I did get the sense when I read his statements a few years ago that he was uncomfortable with what had happened.
Yes.
Not to say he'd done anything wrong, but I sensed that he thought that maybe something was wrong.
Have you ever tried to get in touch with him?
No, I haven't.
Yes, we don't even know if he's alive, of course. I know that he testified at the Waco, Texas hearing, and he had a pretty tough word for BATF, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
The pictures and the videos, as you know, we have some footage from l'Institut National des Archives, so an archive of videos from French media. And if you compare them with the pictures that were taken by Chereau, I mean, the comparison is excellent, except, of course, that those videos were taken before the US team arrived, and you don't see any MST13 timers on the video.
No, well, I mean, likewise in the photographs, there are no photographs that show the arms cache together with the timers. It's all separate.
Yeah.
So you have to wonder where they came from, who put them there.
Yeah. Neither do you see the two timers together. There is not a single picture of the two timers together.
No, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But more importantly, there's no pictures of the timers with the weapons that were seized in the coup attempt.
Yes, neither inside the hut nor outside. No way. Let's go to the US report.
This is the report on the timer.
Yes. Well, the report, the report written by James Casey.
Yes.
As you know, in that report, he makes a list of all the weapons and material that was seized from the rebels, and the list runs from A to X.
Yeah.
And there is no mention of a timer.
Mm.
And then in his FD 302, the list now goes all the way to Y, and the last item on Y is an MST13 timer.
Mm.
Suspicious?
Well, inevitably, yes. Yet another peculiarity in the paperwork surrounding the timer and the timer fragment.
Okay, John, I suggest we stop part 2 here, and then we move to the next one. One second.
Okay.